I know nothing about comedy. I'm serious. More specifically, I don't want to know anything about comedy. Because if one knows, one cannot discover. So, my feeling is that if you're a doctor and you're taking out my appendix, I want you to know. But for what we do, I believe that knowing could mean uninspired. So, on purpose, I approach things not knowing. In order to do that, in order to not know and feel okay, what one absolutely must have is a toolbox. Which means your toolbox is a craft. Okay? And your craft in that toolbox is years of trying things and failing, trying, being embarrassed, being humiliated, trying. And the larger that toolbox is, the more able you can stand on the cliff of the abyss and just trust that you don't know. And that's where the good stuff comes from. That's my approach to not only comedy, but whatever else I do. I just want to thank God for Apple here. Now, the Smothers Brothers, who are brilliant, yesterday talked about the seriousness of comedy. Now, I have performed with or directed Steve Martin, Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy, Marty Short, Goldie Hawn, Kevin Kline, Christopher Guest, Julie Haggerty, Rick Moranis, John Candy, Alan Tudyk, Joan Cusack, John Cleese, Christopher Durang, the Smothers Brothers, Danny Aykroyd, John Belushi, Milton Berle, George Burns, James Coco, Dom DeLuise, Bob Hope, Peter Ustinov, Carol Burnett, Harvey Korman, Madeline Kahn, Spike Milligan, Dudley Moore, Johnny Carson, Whoopi Goldberg, Zero Mostel, Gilda Radner, Peter Sellers, Jonathan Winters, Danny Kaye, Joan Rivers, Art Carney, Jay Leno, Phil Stiller, Jack Burns, Avery Schreiber, Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, Gene Stapleton, and Andy Kaufman, and more. Okay. Now, why did I tell you that? Is because I realized that all of these people that I work with take their comedy very seriously. The other reason, of course, is I was trying the hell to impress you. But I do believe in the seriousness of the preparation for comedy. It's not that they weren't having fun or I don't have fun, but the underlying intent is always to get a laugh, okay? And in my opinion, rigor is often needed before that laugh is earned. And regarding knowing, if I feel if one knows, one does not go the distance. One stays safe. And I always say to my actors, if you don't make a fool of yourself, you'll make a fool of yourself. And I also say, the safest thing is to be risky. The riskiest thing is to be safe. And I believe that. Now, regarding knowing comedy, this is why I'm telling you I don't know comedy. I am so humbled and humiliated creating comedy so many times. I did a movie called What About Bob? And I was waiting for that applause. And it was Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss and Julie Haggerty and such. And I directed that. And there was a short sequence where Billy hugged Leo Marvin, the character that Richard Dreyfuss played. And as he hugged him, Billy by accident, askewed Richard's hat. And I thought that was funny. I thought that was great. Every single preview, not one laugh. I recut that and recut that and recut that. I never got a laugh. Now, later in the movie, Billy has a scene with Charlie Korsmus, a young kid at that time. And he is sleeping until midnight. He's supposed to be sleeping with Charlie, Leo Marvin's son, Julie Hagen's son. He's supposed to be sleeping with him, but instead they're just jumping up and down the beds, kind of making up profanities, just having fun. And Richard and Julie are trying to sleep next door. And they rush in, they slow open the door. And Richard says, "I want some peace and quiet." And Charlie says, "I'll be quiet." And Bill says, "I'll be peace." Now, I never thought that was funny at all. Not once did I assume even a chuckle. I once timed it. I got an 11-second laugh on that. That's why I don't know anything about comedy. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Stephen Morrison, who's going to interview me. Stephen is a producer, he's a writer, he's a director, he's a ballroom dancer. Stephen, come out, please.